Here's Soccer Steve.
And welcome back in, everybody. Hope you enjoyed part one. Part two, purely Champions League. And it's going to be tears of sadness or tears of joy for some of you guys out there, depending on who your team is, where you're from in Europe, and how your team's faring so far. Matchday 5, 24th of November. Here are the games that are going to be coming down. Debreceni taking on Liverpool. Big implications for Liverpool there. Looking at the group, they have to win. This is absolutely do or die for Liverpool. If they lose this one, then it's off to the Europa League. Liverpool fans, you are in dire straits with this one. You're on the road in Debreceni. You've got to get a win. The only thing in your favour, Debreceni hasn't got a single point so far. They're the whipping horse of Group E. So Liverpool looking for 3 points, and they've got to get 3 points. But they've also got to get favours. Fiorentina at home to Lyon. Should Fiorentina win, well then you got to say, pretty much over and done with. With one game left, it would pretty much be curtains for Liverpool. So Liverpool in Group E have to win to stay alive. A tie will kill them outright, and a loss, obviously, they're gone. So looking at Group E, Fiorentina at home to Lyon. Even if those two tie, it's pretty thin on the ground for Liverpool to get through. And if any of those teams wins, likewise, it's pretty much over. Should Fiorentina win, Liverpool fans, I think you're done, dusted, out of it. Welcome to the Europa League. And Benitez, more pressure coming down on that guy, and on the back of Liverpool's 2-2 tie on the weekend with Manchester City, where they nearly lost, and I told you it was coming. Well, hey, how long can Liverpool stay with Rafa Benitez, with this team underperforming, the squad not as good as last year, and the owners really not getting along? Troubled times for Liverpool. At the moment, Lyon on top, 10 points, Fiorentina in second with 9, Liverpool on 4, and Debreceni, no points whatsoever, -9 in the goals difference. Into Group F, I expect Barcelona to bounce back, even if it goes down to Game 6. But I really do feel Barcelona's got to be the team to going through. Rubin are making it very interesting though, and maybe there's an outside chance that one of these two big juggernauts doesn't make it to the Champions League round of 16, the knockout phase. But as the games come down on the 24th, Barcelona at home to Milan. A win for Barcelona would definitely take them through, and Inter Milan riding high at the moment. Jose Mourinho's boys not really controlling the group, but in a good position at the moment. The other game, Rubin Kazan taking on Dynamo Kiev. Both are still in this group, both can make it through. Wide open for these four teams. It will go down to Game 6, there's no doubt about it. But Barcelona, Inter Milan should be the guys to get through. But once again, the game's coming down. Barca taking on Milan. I'm thinking Barca gets the win. Rubin Kazan taking on Kiev. Got a feeling Rubin might well get a win here to make round 6, the final round in Group F, very, very interesting indeed. Group F, Inter Milan on top right now, 6 points, Rubin Kazan on 5, Barcelona on 5, and Dynamo Kiev on 4. Like I said, it's wide open. All four teams still have a shot to get through. Into Group G, top of the group, Sevilla on 10 points, Unirea on 5, VfB Stuttgart on 3, and Rangers on 2. Rangers really fighting now tooth and nail to stay alive in this. One more loss, it'll be done and dusted. Games coming down in Group G. Rangers taking on Stuttgart at home. Stuttgart travel well. They could get a result here, but I'm thinking Rangers, it's going to be tough to get what you need. Looking for Stuttgart to get a result. In the other game, Sevilla already through. Travel to Unirea. It should be good enough for a win, but you never know. Unirea might just pull a surprise to make Group G very, very interesting indeed. Once again, the game's coming down. Rangers at home to Stuttgart, Unirea taking on Sevilla. And finally now into Group H, Arsenal on top, Arsene Wenger's boys doing very nicely, thank you. North London boys on 10 points. Olympiakos, surprise team here in second on 6, Standard Liège on 4, and AZ Alkmaar from Holland on 2. The game's in Group H, AZ Alkmaar taking on Olympiakos. The implications are Alkmaar could stay alive, but with a win, Olympiakos would be going through to the next round. And in the other game, Arsenal at home at the Emirates Stadium taking on Standard Liège. This one should be another 3 points for Arsenal, and look for the boys to get silky football all across that Emirates pitch and get another super win in Champions League. Arsenal looking good so far. Moving over to Wednesday's games, let's start off with Group A. Top of the group right now, Bordeaux on 10, Juve on 8, Bayern München on 4, and Maccabi Haifa no points at all. It's between those top 3 teams, and something tells me Bayern Munich, they've got to bring 2 wins out of 2 to even have a chance at getting through. But the game's coming down. Bordeaux riding high, beautiful LeBlanc boys. They take on Juve at home. The top 2 duel it out. A tie would be good for Juve. A tie would even suit Bordeaux, not a problem. I've got a feeling Bordeaux will go for the throat and might well take Juve all the way. Don't look for too many goals, but certainly look for Bordeaux to get the 3 points. In the other game, it's do or die for Bayern Munich. They take on Maccabi Haifa. Munich should be good enough for this one. It should be 3 points, and it should be to close the gap on Juventus. If it goes to plan, Bordeaux will sit with 13, Juve will have 8, and Bayern will be on 7. And it'll all come down to Game 6 in Group A to see who makes it to the knockout phase, the round of 16. Into Group B now. Man United on top with 10, Wolfsburg on 7, CSK on 4, Besiktas on 1. The game's coming down as Manchester United taking on Besiktas. Look for United to get another victory, sitting on 13 points by the end of game day 5. CSK Moscow taking on Wolfsburg. This is do or die for Moscow, and if Wolfsburg get the win, it's all done and dusted. Manchester United and Wolfsburg will be moving through to that round of 16. Group C, very, very nicely poised. AC Milan, Real Madrid and Olympique Marseille all have a chance of going through. And you couldn't even rule out Zurich, but on 3 points it looks a little slim. The group, AC Milan on top with 7, Madrid also on 7, and Olympique Marseille, they're sitting on 6. Real Madrid have the easiest of the games. They take on Zurich. Expect Madrid to get the 3 points and get closer to the round of 16. But the duel of death, AC Milan taking on Olympique Marseille. Milan should be good to get this one. The San Siro is the venue, but Milan do not always bring their best game. Even just a 1-0 win over Marseille would do it, but don't rule out Marseille making life tough. Marseille is in a do or die. It's going to be a battle, and at the end of the day, he who wants it most will get through. By the end of game day 5, I'm looking for Madrid to be on top of the table and either Milan or Marseille looking good in second. And finally, Group D, you're talking Chelsea, FC Porto, Atletico Madrid and Apul. On top of the group right now, Chelsea on 10, Porto on 9 and Atletico on 3 and Apul on 1. It's obvious who's going through here, but let's go through it anyway. FC Porto taking on Chelsea. Porto could be good for a win, but I'm thinking possible tie unless Chelsea really can pull it out of the bag. And in the other game, Apple taking on Atletico Madrid. Gotta say, it's kiss your sister time, but look for Madrid to possibly get a result here. They have the squad, they have the silky finishing, but will they do it? At the end of the day, Porto taking on Chelsea, Atletico travel to Apul. And if you're looking for Champions League games, and I'm talking Setanta Sports, Tuesday's big game, it's the do or die for Liverpool. They're in Debreceni, Budapest. Kick-off time, 2:45 Eastern, 12:45 Mountain, 11:45 Pacific. Make sure you catch it, Setanta Sports. Debreceni taking on Liverpool in Budapest. It's the do or die. And on Wednesday, another big Champions League lip smacker. Manchester United taking on Besiktas at Old Trafford. Eastern time kickoff, 2:45. Mountain time, 12:45. Pacific Coast, nice and early, just for your lunchtime. 11:45. Enjoy Champions League and look in for Thursday's post-wrap of Tuesday and Wednesday's Champions League games, and I'll bring it to you straight as I always do. I don't pull punches, I'm just honest. Enjoy Champions League. On Satanta, I'll catch you Thursday.